Well, hello, Internet. Thought I'd give you a tour of my my new CircuPool chlorinator. This was a retrofit. I had an ionizer at this location in my pool house. The problem I had with the installation is I have a very limited distance height-wise, and the pool house is kind of small. So what I had to do was, to get the right lengths from my filter, was to do an elbow right here and get the right distance. They said it needed to have at least 6 inches of a straight pipe for the flow sensor. So really couldn't go that distance, which is the ionizer was straight out from here, and get the distances for both the chlorinator and the flow switch. So I put an elbow, put the chlorinator here, did an elbow here, elbow, and put the chlorinator right there, back to the return. Also in this configuration, I had my Polaris pump past that. So I didn't want to put it before it, because it would take some of the flow from the switch, which they said not to do. So the Polaris pump is coming out of here, going down here. So I've been running this now for a little over a week, and doing my testing. Everything seems to be really good. I have no leaks. I was pretty happy with how everything worked out as far as the configuration, the wiring, how the system worked. Initially, when I first turned this in, turned it on, it was at I think a 4 level, and I operated at the 4 level for a few days, and my chlorine was really high. So I said, well, maybe that's normal. So I left it there for a couple more days, and it was still getting higher. So I knocked it down to, I'm running it at a 2. So my pool size is almost 30, it's like 27,000 gallons, 800 gallons. And right now I'm running it to about a 2 or a 3. And I was up in here 4 or 5. And I knocked it down, and now after running it for several more days, it seems to be really good. The only thing low in my pool right now is cyanuric acid and alkalinity, and you know, I added quite a bit of cyanuric acid. I'm being very careful and doing things very slowly versus all at once. That's one of the advantages of this kind of device on the chlorine side, is that you can adjust things pretty slowly. So far I've been really happy with it. Initially I thought that when I put this in, it would have a lighted EDGE LED, which in the advertisements initially it said that was there. I saw some pictures from CircuPool that said there was a light going around it, but then when I bought this from discount saltpools.com, and they said no, they stopped putting the LED around it, which is really just cosmetic, it's not operational. So I said no big deal. Actually probably use a little bit more power, not much, but that wasn't a deal breaker for me, having a lighted edge on the CircuPool EDGE. The mounting was very easy. This is a 210 or 220 installation, and I just replaced that. This is where I had my ionizer, and now some people would say, well, the directions say to put it up higher, but this is where the ionizer was. I never had any heat issues. I know it's near my pump. That would be my only issue, maybe the heat, but this thing has such a really good heat sink, and I've been monitoring it's been well over, it's like 97 degrees in here, and it's been really good as far as not getting too hot. I did, because of the way I did the plumbing here, I did this when I was running. This was shaking a bit, so I put a 2x4 just to give it a support. And also when I come in here, I kind of lean on it. I definitely didn't want to put undue stress on these joints. So just added a 2x4, put it on the concrete down below, and that seems to keep it from shaking like it was, and gives it some more support while I lean on it. Just some other things about my pool setup here. One of the things I like about this is I added a, this is a Wion pool timer. It's all electronic, it's all Wi-Fi. So as you can see here, this little blue light means I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, which is in the house, and I can control it with an app on my phone. I can change the schedule, turn it on and off, have complete control over it. And this was going from the mechanical one that I had in there previously. So far, after running this thing for 2 years, I really have had no problems with this unit. So I'm pretty happy with this Wion unit. That's about it. Just wanted to give, I haven't seen a lot of installation videos of this CircuPool, and so I wanted to show some people how I did it. Now I'm sure some people say, well, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that, but it works and it doesn't leak, and I'm having very good results. I hope this helps somebody.